Hello listeners, this is Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz, Pondicherry University's community radio station. Welcome to the program of National Science Day Competition 2013. National Science Day Competition 2013 for school children was conducted by Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz in collaboration with Puducherry Council for Science and Technology. Today, we are going to listen to a part of the competition carried out for National Science Day 2013. Listeners, an exciting weekly SMS competition is waiting for you at the end of this program. Answer to an easy science-related question and you can win cash prize for yourself. Listeners, now we can listen to a talk delivered by Rishikesh from the class of 8th Aditya Vidyashram.
I'm here to say about genetically modified crops and food security. Genetically modified crops are biotech crops or plants, the DNA of which has been modified using genetic engineering techniques. The resistance of pests and agents causing harmful to plants and the growth of plants to assist in farmers' efficiency. In most cases, the aim is to introduce a new trait. Biotech crops are advantage and harmless to humans. Example, plants engineered said that 66 meter hectares were grown around the world in 2011 without causing any damage to the environment. As one of the pest management said that genetically modified crops are advantage. Food security is measured to be essential nutrition. It refers to households and countries' ability to produce future and physical and economical factor. Food security measured is divided into two: high self-efficiency and external dependency rate.
Listeners, now we can listen to an extempore talk delivered by Rasin from the class of 8th Acharya Shiksha Mandir.
Hi and hello everybody who are hearing this. I am going to say a very few things about vitamins and minerals. We are having many nutrients in our body. In that we are having carbohydrates, proteins, minerals and vitamins. Carbohydrates and proteins, it plays a very major role in our body. Vitamins and minerals also plays a very major role in our body. Vitamin consists of many types such as vitamin A, B, C, D. Vitamin B has sub-vitamins such as vitamin B12. Vitamin A. Vitamin A sources are carrot. It is also a very good food which gives us vision. Vitamin A is also a very good nutrition in our body. 23 vital vitamins are required for our body. Vitamin B is almost present in all kinds of fruits. Vitamin C is present in citric fruits such as orange, sweet lime, etc. Vitamin D. We all know sunlight is a very good source of vitamin D. So, we must not hate sunlight, but we must have a good source of vitamin D in sunlight. Vitamin E. Vitamin E is present in curry leaves, which is good for our hair growth. Vitamins are very important for our body. Minerals. Minerals are basic thing for our body which requires of many things. We must take many fruits and vegetables which contains vitamins and minerals. We all like vegetables and fruits. Which fruit do we like the most? Many of them say that's apple. Apple is a very good source of vitamin A also. I think I have said many things about vitamins and minerals. Even you all know about vitamins and minerals. So I conclude this by saying take more fruits and vegetables for having vitamins and minerals in our body. Thank you very much.
Listeners, now we can listen to a talk delivered by Kaushik from the class of 8th Aditya Vidyashram.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am here to talk a few words about genetically modified crops and food security. The genetically modified crops are crops in which the genetic DNA has been modified slightly with the genetic engineering techniques. In 1946, the scientists have discovered that the genetic DNA transfers from one organism to other organism of the same species generation after generation. Now I am telling about the history of the genetically modified crops. In 1982, the first genetically modified crop, a tobacco plant with an antibiotic resistant, was made, and in 1986 the first genetically modified crop field was planted in USA and France. Then in 2000, by producing golden rice, scientists have discovered that using genetically modification, we can even give the plant more nutrition values. Production of genetically modified foods. The genetically modified foods are produced due to their nutrition values and their longer shelf values and for their shelf values, etc. The resistance of genetically modified foods are follows. Insect resistant. The insect resistant plants are also known as Bt crops. The Bt stands for Bacillus thuringiensis. From that bacteria, they had taken a toxic gene and inserted into the plant's gene for not insect resistance. Then virus resistance. Due to the virus resistance, the plants will grow faster and give more yields with no diseases. And then herbicide resistant. Due to the plantation of the herbicide resistant, there is no need to the excess amount of herbicides to be used. Food security. The food security is scientific disciple leading to the protection, cooking and storing of the food. Food security is important because due to food and water, many illnesses are spreading nowadays. So, food security has 5 disciples given by the WHO. They are separate raw food and cooked food to prevent bacterial and viral contamination. Keep the food safety from the pets and pests. Use pure water for cooking and for drinking. I conclude my speech with this. That is, the genetically modified crops can be a next green revolution in the world, and food security is important for the good health of humans. So, food security is necessary. Thank you.
Listeners, now you're going to listen to a drama enacted and presented to you by Dhanya Dilip T, Jhansi Priyadarshini A, Mithira G, Sindhuja P, Srinidhi K, Avirami S, Kavya S and Aparna G from the 6th to 9th standard of Vidya Niketan High School.
Here we are to present a drama on the merits and demerits of genetically modified food crops. Once in the beautiful village of Pannayapuram, there lived 2 farmers, Mani and Kanda. They were thick friends. They worked hard day and night, but still they remained very poor.
What a pity! We slog for days, but yield no result.
We sweat a lot, but the money we earn is not even enough to quell our hunger.
In this situation, how are we going to repay our debts? Oh God, please help us.
Why are you disturbing the God? At least let him be happy. Papa, look who's coming. Oh God, help us. That blunt-tongued man has arrived.
Save me from that heartless monster.
Don't worry. Hey, you silly farmers. When are you going to repay your debts to me?
Please spare me a month, sir. I'll repay your money as soon as possible, sir.
What? Are you kidding? How many more 1 month? What about you, Mr. Headweight? What are you bragging about? Who? Me, sir?
Will he talk nonsense about you, sir?
If you don't have the capacity to pay the loans, then I'm gonna take up all your lands and build a tidal park in it. Here are the papers. Give me a thumb impression.
My kids will come to the streets, sir. Please show sympathy on us. Please, sir. Please.
All right. I'm gonna take 3/4 of your lands. As I'm not totally heartless, I'm gonna leave 1/4 of your lands for you. Goodbye.
Please, sir.
Ha.
What to do? That beast has taken our lands. Already we are starving here.
Don't worry, Kanda. Let's talk about this in the morning. Good night. Mani and Kanda's family retire in for the night. The next morning.
Vani, get up. Let's have a stroll in our field.
Do you know, yesterday night I had a dream. In the dream, our field was full of crops. There were big tomatoes, big brinjals, and we were wearing pretty dresses. How could it be possible? Big brinjals, tomatoes, we can see them only in our dream.
No baby, it's not dream. It can come true. It's actually by GM Crops.
Wait. Mama, Papa, come here.
What, dear? Why did you call us?
This man is saying something GM. I can't follow him. See whether you can understand.
Who are you, sir? I'm actually a scientist. I heard all about your problems. I think I may be of help to you all.
How could you help, sir? All we have is the small land. That too, the soil is very poor in nutrients.
GM crops are those which can grow in poor nutrient soil, and in small land you may get more yield.
What are GM crops?
GM means genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops are produced by extracting a gene from a crop and placing it into another crop. This technology is used to produce new varieties of plants more quickly than the conventional method.
More quickly?
Then we can produce more crops.
It improves the taste and quality of the food.
Taste?
Then we can sell it for more price.
It can grow in harsh conditions and poor nutrient soil. You need not waste your money on irrigation and unnecessary fertilizers. Soon, you can become rich and wealthier like city people.
Rich?
Stop dreaming, money. We don't need this. If there is some good, there will definitely be some bad. This project would definitely create some side effects.
If we blindly believe in this organic farming, we will definitely come to the streets, Kanda. I am going to adopt this method. Sir, I want to adopt this method. What should I do now?
Here, take the GM seeds and sow them into your fields. Reap a good harvest.
How much will it cost, sir?
It costs 999 rupees only.
999?
This is why I told you.
But we buy conventional seeds for only rupees 200.
See, these crops can withstand harsh conditions, and in small land you may get more yield. You need not waste your money on pesticides and insecticides.
He's right. Let's pay him money. Okay, sir. I'll pay you right away.
Money and Munima
sow their GM seeds while Kanda continues with his organic farming. Soon the harvest season comes. Come, Munima. Let's go and see our land. Yes. Wow, look at the size of this tomato. It must at least weigh 9 kg. What a huge carrot. My dear carrot will last for a week. Come, let's go and see Kanda's harvest. Is this the output of your crops, Kanda? See what a good harvest I've got. It's 10 times more than yours. Change your mind now itself. It will not wait.
Stop blabbering, money. This is against nature. I'm happy with what I have.
Okay, Kanda, you continue with your poor old organic farming, whereas I'll become rich and own my new bungalows and cars. Wait and watch, Kanda.
He'll never change. Let's go.
The real estate owner sees Mani's huge crops and pays him a visit. Oh wow, what huge crops these idiots have made. If I too could have got my hands on them, then I too will grow rich. Wow. Hey you, come here.
What do you want, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna give you back some of your lands, but whatever you grow there shall belong to me. Understood? Okay, sir. One day, Rani and Vani suddenly stopped playing.
Vani, let's stop playing. I'm tired. It's true. These days we grow tired too soon. I wonder how my hip size has added so much of extra flap. Before it was only 20 inches, but now it has raised to 50 inches. Oh my god, my prettiest frog. I think I have to give this to my mate's daughter.
One day while cleaning, Munima suddenly falls down.
Ah! Mama, get up. Papa, come and see what happened to Mama.
Oh my dear Munima, what has happened to you? Somebody save my wife. Munima, get up. Rani, go and call the doctor. The doctor arrives. Everybody please go out of the room. Let me check. Doctor, is my wife alright? Doctor, please save her, doctor. Wait. Doctor, what happened to my wife, doctor?
Mani, she has got a tumor in her stomach.
Is it so serious, doctor?
Yes, it is so serious. She needs to undergo an operation.
How much will it cost, doctor?
You'll need to make an arrangement of at least 5 lakhs.
5 lakhs? Okay, doctor. Please make the arrangements for the operation. If I get my wife safe, that is enough for me. By the way, what is the reason for my wife's illness?
It is all because of the food she has taken for past 6 months. What did you give her?
Genetically modified crops. Doctor, are genetically modified crops dangerous?
Of course, safety of such products are not verified yet. In fact, we are the lab rats who test such products. Genetically modified crops can cause cancer. It could raise new allergy outbreaks in humans. It also causes adverse effects on immune system. Like this, there are so many demerits. Money, stop using the GMC. Take care of your health.
Thank you, doctor.
One day, the real estate owner pays Money a visit.
What is the use of these lands? If I'm not even going to live. Money? Hey, Money! Bring me some water. What? Water? Okay, sir. I'll get you.
Money, I'll bring it for you. I know you're not in a condition to move either. Here, I could not recognize you. You brought it like a pig.
What, sir? Why are you laughing? You've also gone fat like me. Don't laugh. I'm gonna give you back all your lands. I'm paying for my sins. I've got the right punishment. Goodbye.
Money, this is why I told you not to use genetically modified crops. Did you see what happened to Munima and you?
Yes, Kanda, you were right. I should have listened to you. I shouldn't have gone against nature. Hereafter, I'm going to practice organic farming, Kanda. Come, let's go.
After hearing this drama, do you still think that we need to indulge in such methods? Genetically modified food and crops are actually a bane to humans. Thank you.
Listeners, now we can listen to a talk delivered by Gini Wadhwa from the class of 7th Aditya Vidyashram.
Genetically modified crops are the plants for which the DNA has been modified using genetic engineering techniques to resist the pests and agents causing harm to the plants and to improve the growth of these plants. Genetic engineering techniques are much more precise than the mutagenesis, that is mutation breeding, in which an organism is exposed to radiation or chemicals to create a non-specific but a stable change. For example, a major mechanism takes place at this time. Major mechanism like pest resistance. Other examples includes pest resistance, diseases or environmental conditions, etc. The aim is to produce new traits to the plants which are intended to benefit the farmers, consumers or industries. Critics have objected the genetically modified crops on several grounds, including the ecological concerns and the economical concerns raised by the fact that these organisms are subject to intellectual property law. The genetically modified crops are also involved in controversies over genetically modified food with respect to is safe and whether genetically modified crops are needed to be addressed on the world's food web. Genetically modified crops are used to resist the resistance of pests and resist pesticides, resist herbicide and resist other things, and even to absorb the toxins. By saying this, I conclude and I thank everyone to give the chance to.
Listeners, now we can listen to an extempore talk delivered by G. Jayashree from the class of 7th Acharya Shiksha Mandir.
Now, I am going to speak about the topic on wastewater management. We are all too wasting the water. So, we all must conserve that. Most of us do not know about the wastewater management. The government should necessarily take steps about it. We are wasting water in many ways. That's in the rivers, we are all wasting water. We all must conserve that. Then only we can use clear water to drink. Without water, we cannot survive. So, we all must pure the water and drink. And my aim is to spread the awareness about the wastewater management. Most of us are wasting water in many ways. For example, in rivers, washing some things, that and all. And in ocean, somebody takes bath. That's too bad. Then from the ocean and rivers only we are getting the water. So we all must pure and drink. Then only we can live a comfortable life. The government should necessarily take steps for that. Then only the people will also follow that. Thank you.
Listeners, now we can listen to a talk delivered by K.S. Harshita from class of 8th, Presidency Higher Secondary School.
Now I am present here, dedicate my speech about genetically modified food crops and food security. First of all, shall we know about what is genetic modification? It is a technology that puts genetic material from completely unrelated organism into a plant or animal in order to give recipient organism such as higher yields, greater pest resistance or better drought tolerance. Now one of the important affairs that our world facing in agriculture is genetic modification. Concerns about genetic modification can be put into three main groups. First, health, then environment, then last, the genetic modification seeds were brought to the market. The last group, the commercialization of genetically modification, is not so much a criticism of the technology but more a concern about who benefit from it. All three are complex, so let us look them a bit more closer. Concern about the possible impact of genetically modification food on health, often creating many allergic response in people. Allergic response may occur due to interesting material from a food such as wheat, peanuts or egg that already contains allergic reactions in some people. Toxins are already present in many widely consumed foods, but genetically modified crops breeding to develop a particular characteristic could increase a toxicity of a plant. The International Assessment of Agricultural Technology, Science and Technology for Development report did not address that genetically modified crops as a solution to world hunger. The International Assessment of Agricultural Knowledge, Science and Technology for Development identified that agroecological farming as the key to future food security. The report called for more cooperation between farmers and interdisciplinary teams of scientists to build a culturally acceptable and sustainable farming methods. These results serve as a reminder that plant genetics are only a part of answer to food security, and the other part is how crops are grown. The sustainable farming methods that preserve soil and water and minimize external input, but that the land stays productive for future generations. Research confirms that genetically modified future key to future generations. Research studies based in Asia, Africa, Latin America and the Caribbean have found that organic and archaeological system of farming as the key to genetically modified sustainable way. Organic systems in Africa were found to rise farm incomes as well as agricultural productivity. Reasons for higher incomes included lower input costs as expensive synthetic pesticides and fertilizers were not used, and use of local, inexpensive and readily available technologies. Thus, I conclude my speech. To protect the security of the food supply and to ensure food sovereignty for each nation, government must establish policies that ensure that the production of food supply remains in the hands of farmers.
Listeners, now we can listen to a talk delivered by S. Varshini from a class of 11th, Sri Sankara Vidyalaya.
I'm going to share my views about genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops are the plants which have been modified genetically to enhance desired traits such as increased resistance to herbicides and improved nutritional content. The public in many countries distrust GMO. They are often seen in context of globalization, privatization, and even as anti-democratic or meddling with evolution. There are few advantages for public because the GMO application to date have concentrated on reducing cost of producers without direct consumer benefits. On coming to the advantages of genetically modified crops, the world population has been topped 6 billion and is predicted to double in next 50 years. Ensuring an adequate food supply for this booming population is going to be a major challenge in the upcoming years. The GM food promises to meet this need in a number of ways. On the pest-resistant crops, losses from insect pests can be staggering, resulting in devastating financial loss for farmers and starvation in developing countries. Farmers typically use many tons of chemical pesticides annually. Consumers do not wish to eat food that has been treated with pesticides because of potential health hazards and runoff of agriculture waste, and excessive use of pesticides and fertilizers can poison water supply and cause harm to the environment. Such as they also helps in developing countries, but BT corn, they are resistant to food pesticides. There are many advantages for growing crops, and such one of the pesticides is tolerance to extreme temperature. Unexpected frost can destroy sensitive seedlings. Growing GM crops is supported antifreeze glue which has been introduced to potatoes and tobacco, and they are able to tolerate cold temperatures. But some crops tolerate high temperatures too. The GM crops having the advantage to tolerate cold temperatures, but unexpected frost can destroy sensitive seedlings. On coming to the criticism against genetically modified crops, most of the concerns about GM foods falls in three concerns. They are economic concern, then environmental hazards, and human health risk. Now let's see about environmental hazards. BT corn causes high mortality rates in monarch butterfly caterpillar. BT toxin kill many species of insect larvae. It is not possible to produce BT toxin that would only kill pest-resistant crops. And now let's see about human health risk. Many children in US and Europe have developed life-threatening allergies to peanuts and other unhygienic foods. Now let's see about economic concern. There is the growing concern that introduces foreign genes into food plants may have an unexpected or negative impact on human health. Now let's see about economic concerns, and it finally introduces many foreign genes. And finally, I conclude my elocution by saying that we, the young scientists of India, should take an oath to invent many genetically modified crops and to protect from other unhygienic foods. Thank you.
Dear listeners, we listened to a part from the collections of the National Science Day Competitions 2013 for school students conducted by the community radio station of Pondicherry University, your Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz in collaboration with Puducherry Council for Science and Technology. Now it's time for our weekly SMS contest. Before that, let's see last week's answer and winners. Last week's answer is USA, United States of America, and the winners are Kadirvel Kalapet, Anbaralagan Kalapet, Sudarsan Peck, Tirupati PU, Kartikesan PU. This week's question is, can we get seeds from genetically modified crops? Yes or no? I repeat, can we get seeds from genetically modified crops? Yes or no? Send in your answer via SMS to mobile number 9442209256. and win a cash prize of Rs 100. Hurry up, just type in your answers and send in your SMS. Well, that's all for this week. We can listen to the continuation of this program on next Saturday at the same time. This program was brought to you by Puduvai Vani 107.8 MHz in collaboration with Puducherry Council for Science and Technology from the National Science Day Competition 2013 for school students.